Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 64. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so I have several things to show you today, so let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so my first finished object that I'm going to show you today is the little character that I've been working on for the past few weeks. And yes, I got him finished up, and I'm getting ready to send him off to where he's going to be living. And I just wanted to show you the finished product. So here he is. This is Horton the elephant, and if you don't recognize him, he is from the Dr. Seuss storybooks, the Horton Hears a Who story. And this is a pattern. It's a paid-for pattern that I bought off of Ravelry, and the name of the designer, I believe, is Shimmery Creations. I will put a link below in the description box of where you can find the pattern. And like I said, it is paid for pattern, but I think that the pattern was very well written, very well done. I didn't have any trouble putting him together. Now the little bloom, the little flower that he's holding there in his trunk, that was not part of the pattern. I just did that myself. And what I did is I used my very smallest clover pom-pom maker, and I used some pink yarn, and I made a tiny little pom-pom, and I trimmed it well as best as I could. I'm not that great of a trimmer, I guess, as far as getting it round, but I think I did pretty good with it. And then I just used some green yarn to make a stem. I just chained, I can't even remember how many I chained, but I chained just a short piece, and then I went back along that piece doing slip stitches to make like an I-cord, I guess, and then I stitched it there inside of his trunk, so he's holding on to the little flower. Anyway, I think he's turned out really cute. I love his little smile, or big smile. So, I did show a picture of it to the teacher that this is going to be going to, and I told her that I would have it for her on Sunday. I was going to take it to her, and she was very excited to see the picture. She thought that he turned out really cute, and she said that there is I can't remember if she said 2 or 3 more teachers that are in the same grade level at her school, and they all use this character for their mascot. And so she said that to get ready, because she said once they see him, they may be wanting me to make them one for their classroom. So you may be seeing more of these, which I don't mind, because like I said, he was really cute. I mean, really fun to put together, and I really enjoyed it. And it gave me some good practice as far as sewing pieces together, I think. So anyway, there he is. Okay, so that was finished object number 1. Let me set him down. Okay, finished object number 2 is the Christmas character blanket that I've been working on, and this is my square for the month, and it is the reindeer or Rudolph square. And I went ahead and did the double crochet border around the square, so that way it's in preparation of putting all the squares together. So this is the 8th, I had to think a minute, the 8th square. So I have one more square to go, and that would be the, I think it's a Christmas stocking. So I have one more square to go, and then I have a top banner, and then a bottom banner that goes across, well, the top and the bottom. And so, and then it will be time to be putting these together. So that's coming along nicely. Okay, and let's see, the only other finished objects I have is the 365 Days of Granny Squares project that I've been doing, or well, following. And this is, of course, the YouTube tutorials from Nadia of Yarn Utopia. And this week I only got 5 done because the blanket I'm doing 6 squares across, and I just needed 5 to finish that row. And so I just stopped it there for this week, because okay, so the way it's laid out she on her, well, she has, of course this is on her YouTube channel, but she also has a website where you can go and see all the squares, and then you click on which square you want and it links you back to the YouTube channel for that particular tutorial for that particular square. But the way she has them put together, she has them like in months, okay? And the last one I did for this week, according to the schedule that she had, was the end of September. So the next square I do was labeled October 1st. And so since this is not September yet, that means I am ahead of schedule. And so I will be finished, if everything goes well, before the end of this year. I will be finished for the entire project. Now, you do know that I did not start with number 1 in January. I started last year when I was making YouTube videos. So I haven't done 365 throughout the whole year. I can't remember, well, I could look up real quick where I started because I have my notes here. Let's see. So my first video of this year was done in January the 4th, and I was on number 74. So I've done 74 all the way to 274. So I've done 200 squares so far this year, besides a few extras that were squares, but they went into other projects. So anyway, let's get on with showing you the ones that I did for this week. Okay, so last week I left off on number 269, and so this one here is number 270 right here. I like this one. I like that little design there in the middle. Okay, and then this one is 271 right there. Here is 272 right there. And this one is 273. This one had a lot of triple crochets in it, or treble crochets, however you want to pronounce it, which is American terms. I think that would be maybe a double treble, maybe in UK terms. Okay, and then the last one I did was number 274. This one had lots of front post and back post crochets. Whoop! Well, I just dropped it. Front post, double crochet, and back post, double crochet, right? Which would be trebles in the UK terms. Okay, so that's the group that I did for this week, and that is all of my finished objects for this week. Now, works in progress. So for the 365 squares that I've been doing, I've been putting them together, joining as I go into blankets that I've been donating, okay, to the Project Linus Foundation. Okay, so this is my blanket. This is blanket number 8 of this group, and I have just completed adding the second row on, which was last week's squares, plus 1, because I had an extra. And so those 5 will go on to the bottom there, and that will complete the 3rd row in this blanket. Okay, I'm doing 6 rows across, and the yarn that I'm using as a border or joining yarn is light periwinkle, I think, or medium periwinkle. Super soft. I'm looking at it's down here. Let me look. It is, I see it. It is light periwinkle. I had it sitting there in the chair. I had to look. Light periwinkle, Red Heart Super Saver. So that's what I'm using to join. Okay, so there is works in progress number 1. Works in progress number 2. Oh, is the corner to corner blanket that I'm working on, and this is the blanket that I showed you last week that I was anxious to start. Well, I had done a little bit on it, and I've done a little more on it, or a pretty good amount on it this week. And this is from the makeanddocrew.com, and there's a link from Ravelry to take you there, and I will put links in the description box of all these patterns so then you can find them. And this is a free pattern, and here is a picture of the finished product. And this is, of course, their project because mine's not finished yet, but I did want to show you the picture of what it looks like right there. It's so cute. I'm really enjoying working on it. I am using the Red Heart Super Saver in the Gray Heather for the gray, which is, oh, I don't have the label, but it's that one. And then I am using for the Llama, I am using the Pipsqueak yarn, the fuzzy, let me pick it up out of my basket here. It's the fuzzy white Pipsqueak. It feels so soft. And it is actually a bulky, like a number 5 weight, and of course the Red Heart Super Saver is a number 4 weight, which is worsted weight. Now, of course, I've still got strings connected to it because it's a work in progress and I'm still working on it. But there's the one side, as you see, I've gone from that end to there's the corner down there. So that's, and I'm a little over halfway through. This is supposed to be a lapgan size blanket. And then, so now I'm going to fold this down so you can see the body part. And see, I've done the front 2 legs. And right down here, I've started with the little hoof, get my tails out of the way, of the 3rd foot there. Anyway, it's working out so neat, and I love the way this texture, this fuzzy, let me see, can you see that texture of the fuzzy part? It's really going to be cozy. So I'm anxious to do this. Every time I hit this fuzzy part, I just really enjoy it. It just feels so good in my hands. And you know, I've really changed my mind about the Pipsqueak yarn because I had this before. Let me show you. I have one here that's a multicolor of the Pipsqueak, and as you see, I haven't used it. I have made it before with a loom, and I did like a scarf for someone, and which was fine. But when you try to crochet with this, I always had a hard time like going like on the next round or whatever, trying to figure out where the hole was, because I just kind of had to feel, because it all just like joins together when you put the stitches together. I hope you understand what I'm saying, but it was just really hard to figure out where to put my needle for the next, or my hook for the next stitch. Now when I used it loom knitting, it wasn't hard at all, so that was fine for that sort of a project. But what makes it different for this is because it's a corner to corner, and of course you don't have to worry about going into a particular stitch except for when you're like decreasing on the sides, and there won't be any white there of the Pipsqueak that I'll have to worry about. So the only other thing is when you're attaching around a long loop of a turning chain, and so it's a big hole that you're working into, and so I just haven't had any trouble as far as figuring out where to go to put the next group of stitches. And so it's just working out really well, and I'm really enjoying it. Here is the graph I printed out for the pattern, and as you see, I am right there. Since I am left-handed, when I do a graph, I do the graph, a corner-to-corner graph, I do it from my left to right, going this way. And I believe if you're a right-hander, you go from this way, going that direction, like this, diagonal. So I believe my llama will be facing the opposite direction because of it being left-handed. I think that's the way it works. Not sure. I know when you're doing a row to row graph, when you're going horizontal, and if you're left-handed, you have to read it backwards than where it's numbered, because if it's got letters or something, they're going to be facing backwards the other direction. But with the corner to corner, I really don't think it makes a difference, because really there's no right side or wrong side, because like this reindeer square, see, there's one side, there's the other side. So I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference which side is what. So anyway, but when I'm reading the graph, I do it left to right. So that may be interesting to somebody, I don't know. But anyway, there it is. I'm getting into the chest part of the llama. And you know, I keep calling it a llama. I'm saying it's a llama. I believe on the pattern she calls it an alpaca. So llama, alpaca, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, I just think he's cute, really very, very cute. And like I said, I've got a few more rows, and then I'll be getting into adding a few colors in there for the bridle, the reins, whatever, and then of course I'll get into the little saddle there, the blanket on his back. So anyway, I'm having a fun time working on it. Okay, that's the second work in progress. My third work in progress comes, let's see, I have it in my bag. I ordered a bag from Ella of No Catchy Name off of her Etsy shop, and I will put a link to her Etsy shop in the description box below so you can go and check out what she's got. And when she showed that she had this Mickey Mouse bag, I just couldn't resist it, and so I ordered it. And it is a drawstring bag, as you see, and she did a very good job on the sewing of it, and she lined it with some yellow, bright, cheerful yellow fabric. And so I'm really enjoying it. Thank you so much, Ella. And while I'm talking about Ella's products, I will show you that she sent me this cute little thank you, EWE card, and attached to it she had a stitch marker that she made just as a bonus gift, a thank you gift for ordering from her site. So and of course it's in one of my favorite colors, so I really enjoyed that. I love the stitch marker, I love the bag, so go visit her shop. Okay, so in the bag is my next work in progress, and that is my chevron lace infinity scarf. I think that's the proper name for it. And here it is. I've done a few more sections on it, or rows. And I'm doing this yarn. This yarn is the Lion brand, let me look, Ice Cream. Yeah, this is a different color. I'll tell you about this one in a minute, but same brand, Lion brand Ice Cream yarn in the grape raisin, I think it's the name of the colorway. And I had to go ahead and roll it up into a ball because I got into a big knot where it was coming out of the middle, and I could not get that knot undone without going to the opposite end and start rolling it up until I got to where it was to get it all untied. So anyway, that's why it's in a ball now. But this has a 2-row repeat. Let me show you the pattern here. See the pattern? 2-row repeat, and then you repeat that row. I think it's like row 3 and 4, and you repeat that until you get to row 90. And I counted my rows, or my rows, and I put my little marker right there so then I won't have to start from the beginning and count again to make sure I have enough. But I believe that one is on row 60, so I have a few more to go. Not a lot. I'm almost there to get to row 90. I think I'm on row 70 now, if that's right. And so I have 20 more, and then I think you do one more row and then you join it together to make an infinity scarf, and I'm hoping it'll go ahead and use this up, so we'll see. We'll see where I'm at on row 90, and I may enlarge it a little bit to go ahead and finish that off. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so that is a Christmas gift, so that's another one of the Christmas gifts I'll get to check off when I'm finished with that. And the only other thing that I worked on is one of the NICU hats that I was wanting to get ready to make, or get a collection of them made before Halloween for a hat drive for a local hospital here for the preemie babies in the NICU, born during the Halloween season. And so I started working on this, but I'm not really happy with the sizing of it. I don't think it's going to turn out preemie, so I'll probably end up ripping this out and using a smaller hook. But this is just right now just a regular beanie hat, using double crochets and an E-hook, and I think I should have gone down even smaller than that. This E-hook is a 3.5 millimeter, and I think it's going to be too big still. But anyway, this hat is from a website. Let me find it. My phone went to sleep here. Went to sleep. So I got to find it again. Let's see. It's a pattern on Ravelry. It is, let me find it, Amy Lehman. I think that's her name. Anyway, her website is called amyscrochetpatterns.com, and she has lots of hat patterns and other items for children. And some of these the hat patterns go from newborn all the way up to size adult. You just change the hook size, I believe, and she tells you what they need to be, the hook size and the measurement. But anyway, this hat is the Elmo hat, this one right there. And so that's why I'm doing it in red. But like I said, I think it's too, I don't know. I may finish it off and see what it's going to look like size-wise. It may be a large, not really a preemie, but I mean, there are all sizes of babies in the NICU. When my son was born, he had to be in the NICU for 10 days because he had fluid on his lungs, even though he was full term. He was a couple of weeks, 2 weeks early, but I mean, no, basically full term. And he was a big boy. He was like 8 pounds, 10 ounces. So it's not like he was tiny. In fact, I think they said he was the biggest boy in the NICU, but since he had fluid on his lungs, he had to be in the NICU for a little while to get rid of that fluid in his body to absorb it. Anyway, so I'm just saying there are all sizes of babies. So I may finish this off and then do another one, but with a, go down even further down in hook sizes to get a smaller product. But I think it's going to be cute, and it's just yarn I have already in my stash. So it just has red, white, orange, and I have a lot of orange, and black for the mouth. So anyway, working on that. And that's all I have as far as I've worked on, things I finished and things I've worked on. The only other thing, let's see, upcoming though, I want to talk about that, is the Harmony sample blanket, crochet along, that Sarah Satch is doing. She should release August, the stitch for August, this upcoming Monday, because that will be the last Monday of the month. And so I will be working on that next week, and I'll have that to show you. And also, so that's coming up. And then I think the following week after that, Jade and Stitches will have her next section of her calendar blanket that she will be releasing. So that's coming up in just a couple of weeks. And then, of course, I'll be starting my next Christmas square. So I have things on my list and that keeps coming. But also, I do want to mention that I do have some videos, some upcoming extra videos that I'm going to be making. Yesterday I made a tips video. It was tips video number 6, I believe. So I got that up already. That was yesterday. And then, but upcoming though, I have a couple of tutorials. I had a request from a couple of people for me to do a tutorial on the basic corner to corner, how I do my corner to corner blankets. I think it's basically the corner to corner stitch, but I thought I'd go ahead and do one, and so it'll be on my channel. And I'm just going to start out just a basic, it won't be a Grafgan tutorial, it just be a basic corner to corner tutorial, because in order to do these Grafgans, it's just a good idea to know that corner to corner stitch. Even if you don't want to do Grafgans, the corner to corner stitch is a very fun stitch to do, and and if you don't know how to do it, then maybe I can help you get started on it, and so then you can join all of us that are making corner to corner blankets. Okay, so that's coming up, and then I have another little short tutorial. I was messaging back and forth with some of the people that are on my Facebook group, and that is the Yarnjoy podcast Facebook group. And if you're not a member, please come over and join us. But we were talking about doing projects like just back and forth stitching and having the sides coming out. If sometimes beginners have a hard time getting the sides coming out straight, sometimes their pieces will start going this way where they're adding stitches, or maybe they're going in this way because they're forgetting some stitches on the end. So I was trying to describe how it is that you can do that to make sure that you catch those stitches and not put extra ones in, but sometimes it's just easier to show you instead of trying to put it into words, or at least for me it is. So I want to try to do a very short, probably pretty short tutorial on that, and I'll have that up as well. I'll try to be getting that done in the next week or so. Trying to anyway. But this next week I'm really excited about is I'm doing my first collab video. I'm hosting this collab video along with several other of my fellow YouTubers that I asked to join in with it. And so I'm not going to mention what the topic is right now. You have to wait and see. But we will be releasing our videos this upcoming week between August 26th to the 31st. And so I am going to be posting mine. I'll either have it up on Sunday if I can get it done, and I should be. I'm going to really try to work on getting that done, and I'll be ready to release it. So I'll either release it on Sunday. I was telling people, or some of the other group of this group that's doing this, that I would have my video posted by Monday, but when I put the date as August the 26th to the 31st, the 26th is on a Sunday. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and try to get it released then, so that way I'll start it off, and then throughout the week the other members that were going to do this with me can get theirs released as well. And so I will list, when I do that video, I'll release it, and I'll show you my contribution to it, and then I will let everybody know, the other group people, or the other people that will be doing this in the collab, the other participants, and I will put links in the description box of that video, so then you can go and watch, and so you won't miss their videos as well on this same topic. So I'm excited to do this. I think it's fun. The people that I invited to participate all, I think, are getting excited about doing it, and so and I'm hoping that it'll go over well, and that we will be able to do more in the future, because it's just really fun being able to interact with these fellow YouTubers. And chat with each other in the meantime. Or, while we're doing that, we also chat about other things too, so it's fun. Okay, so that's coming up, definitely. And then one more video is coming up as well, and that is because I have reached the 1,500 subscriber point in my subscription list, and I'm so excited about that. In fact, I'm over now 1,500. The last time I checked, I was about 1,525 or 1,525 or somewhere around there, and so I'm so excited about that. And thank you so much for everybody that has subscribed. And since I have reached the 1,500 mark, I'm going to be doing another pattern giveaway, and this will be a Ravelry pattern, and I believe, let's see, the value of this will be up to $10, and you can pick as many patterns as if you want. The winner can pick as many patterns as they want, as long as they add up to $10 US, and then I will gift those patterns to them. So obviously they'd have to have a Ravelry account. And so I'm excited about that, and I will release that giveaway video. I'll try to do that within the next few days, and I'll have that posted, and then of course it will be up for 2 weeks to allow everybody to enter that wants to enter, and I'll let you know what you have to do to enter during that video. So anyway, there's exciting things upcoming in it, and so I'm looking forward to all of them. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, and join us or join me. I say us because you, my viewers, are just like a group of my friends and family, and I just enjoy meeting all of you and interacting with you through the comments and on the Facebook page, and I'm just having a great time. I'm really enjoying it so much, sharing what I love to do with everybody and those that also love the same things that I do. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button below, and that will also get my my channel out there. And then, so the only other thing is I have a few yarns that I bought on clearance. I'll show you that right quick. I went to Michael's and looked at the clearance yarn. I should have gotten more. I saw some of the more of the ice cream yarn, and I don't know why I was thinking. Of course, I had like 10 minutes before the store was going to close, so I was just rushing through looking at things. But I did pick up 3 skeins of Red Heart Soft, and it's in the colorway Garden, and I just thought that this was just a very pretty color. It was like fall kind of colors, and I normally don't like fall colors too much, which is funny because I'm a fall baby. My birthday is in November, but I just really liked that, and I'm not even sure what the pattern's going to be when it works up. I've been meaning to go online to look at others that have used this yarn to see what they made with it. But anyway, they had 2 skeins, and I bought those. They were on sale for $2.29, and they were regularly $5.49 regular price each. And then they only had one of this one, and this one is also Red Heart Soft, and it is in the colorway Icy Pond, which I like that. That's got blue and brown and off-white, I guess, and a cream or tan. Anyway, thought that was pretty. They only had one of those. I picked that up, and it was also $2.29 as well. So this one, there was only one of them, and so unless I can find a coordinating color to go with this, I'll have to think of a 1 skein project for this. Okay, so that's what I got there. I have a couple of circle vests that are coming up that I'm going to be making for Christmas gifts, and I've decided to use the Red Heart Super Saver stripes in that, and one of them is going to be in this colorway, which is called Polo Stripe, and it's very pretty jewel tone colors. I believe the girl that liked it likes that I'm doing this one for does like purple and blue and pink, and so I'm hoping that this will be a good color that she'll like. And then the other one I'm doing is also in Super Saver stripes, and this is called Retro Stripes, and this has got more green. It doesn't look like it the way it's wrapped here. Let me show you this one. It's funny because this is the same colorway, but they're wrapped totally different. But see, there's greens and pink and different colors, yellow and stuff. So that'll be for the other one, and we'll see how that's turning out. I've got a pattern picked out that I want to try these with, and so I'm hoping that's going to work well. And the other thing is I bought a couple of ice cream yarns. They're kind of messed up, the skeins, but I have something I want to do with another ice cream yarn that I have to mix them together as far as the colors. And this is the Cotton Candy, and I got 2 of those. And see, I've got some ice cream cookies and cream that I've had I bought quite a few of because I was going to do something with it, and then I decided not to, so I have it. So I'm going to try to do some sort of a combination of something. So we'll see. Okay, so that's it. This is dragging on long, so I better stop for now. I've got some other videos to make in the next few days, so I think that's it. So everybody have a great weekend. I hope everybody's getting their kids back to school and everything's kind of running smoothly, getting back into maybe a regular routine or a non-summer routine, I guess. We started our homeschooling a couple of weeks ago, so it's going pretty good. We're just kind of trying to settle in and get everything rolling good. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you in another video in just a few days. So in the meantime, take care, and y'all have a great weekend and upcoming week. Bye.